Hello, everybody, and Happy New Year. This is going to be, I wasn't even looking at the camera. This is going to be the first video of a video I hope to do every day in 2023. It's not really because of, it's like a New Year's resolution. I think it's really more of just a change of life pattern, and why not start on the first day of the year? So, in 2023, I want to accomplish a number of goals. One of them is a big one, the most significant one, I think, is to change my health. Last time I went to the doctor, I weighed in just under 370 pounds, which is ridiculous for me. First off, that's two people. There's no denying that. It's two people. 285 people. 185 pound people. When I was in high school, I was at 145. In my late 20s, I was 165. And as just time went on, I gained more weight because of either lack of movement or I developed a health issue. And I haven't seen a doctor until recently in almost 25 years. I can't even remember the last time. It's been over 2 decades at least. So I finally went to a doctor and I got some lab work. There's a place called WellMed Healthcare, and I had some lab work done on December 2nd, but I never got the results. I'm supposed to go back this week, and even though my health insurance has changed and I'm going to be having to choose another doctor outside of this one because they're not in my network, I would have stayed with this doctor and paid the copay if I felt like they were doing their part correctly. But they never got back to me with those results. They said it would be 3 to 5 business days. I actually called them when the 5 days were up, and they said they had the results from the lab work, but that the doctor had to evaluate them and determine what he wanted to share with me, or to what was the word? Interpret the results is what the word was. So I'm taking it upon myself to change my lifestyle the best I can. Obviously, if there's any underlying health issues that I'm not aware of, then that's something that will have to be addressed with a doctor or a healthcare professional. But I'm going to drink more water. I hardly drink any water unless it's contained within something. And that has definitely a negative impact, because if you have a dehydration level, your urine can be what's called an amber color. And mine has that amber color. It doesn't have that sort of light yellow or even clear. If you drink a lot of water, your urine can be clear. So I'm taking it upon myself to change that, to change my diet, to get down 370 pounds. Even if I just had a goal of losing, 100 pounds in a year, it would be better than not doing anything, which basically means a pound every 3 days, which is not impossible to do or out of the question or necessarily dangerous. But I'd really like to get down to like 250 at the highest in like the next year, which means that essentially every 3 days I do need to be losing about about a pound. So I'm going to be working on that. That's one of my goals. Another one is to get organized in 2023 more. My roommate and I are probably going to be moving from where we're at, so I want to get organized. Stay organized. There's lots of methods for organization, even if you have a sight impairment. Using the pen friend or friend pen, depending on how you call it. Using digital labeling of other kinds. Organizing files better. Keeping track of my money is another one I want to do in 2023 better. One second, I'm just the camera. I got two hands. I'm using 2 hands here. So organizing my money better, ledgering my money. So I've got one expense so far today, and I'm planning to document that one. And that was a dinner out with my family and my roommate, which was very fun. Hope everybody had a great New Year, by the way. I'm kind of rambling on that one, but I really do hope you had a good New Year. Sorry, the phone was shaking. My left hand apparently doesn't stay solid. Anyways, I hope everybody had a New Year. So ledger my money better, change my health, drink more water for sure. Also get some of these podcasts and things started that I've been wanting to get started, and vlogging like this started. in the new year for my ATI work, as well as for some of the other things I think are important, like doing Movie Snoops, which is like a podcast movie review show live where we kind of talk about a film while it's playing in the background. Just, social type stuff. Music Snoops, which is going to be about records. You can see one of the shirts I've actually designed. I don't know if you can tell very much right there, but it's called Actors Book Club, which is about reading books related to the performance industry, whether it be, autobiographies or biographies or ideas on the craft or ideas on the professional aspect of working as an actor. That was a true passion of mine for years, and I walked away from it, but that's always been my lifelong passion, is performing. And things related to acting. I'd like to see a change in some of the ways some of those things are done, so it gets back to the craft of performance. Yes, the career part is very important, but we have to get into craft and get back to what made you love it. Because the question is would you act if you weren't getting paid? And yes, I want to perform whether I'm getting paid or not, just because I get a high from that. And then also, that's one of the other things I want to do is a video later, but for now, audio for sure. Podcast called Monologues, with all original monologues that either I have written or that I have contracted out to write because of time. So that's another important one for me. So those are some of the things. I'm sure there's going to be more that I can talk about later, but I wanted to get a video up for January 1st. I know it's a little shaky because I'm doing it on my iPhone. I don't have my selfie stick here with me right now. But you will see an evolution of things. I hope all of you are doing well. May God bless you and keep you safe. And do your part in that as well to keep you safe, because you have free will. And look for the logic and the reasoning in things. Don't just go things for the emotion, because emotion will trap you every time. And while you should follow your heart and your passions, change hands again here for a second. While you should follow your heart in things and listen to things, don't confuse what your heart wants and needs, or what your heart needs, with what your idea of fantasy situations are. Meaning, like, so if you are in a relationship with someone and the relationship is tough, and you're like, only if they would change this way, things would get better, or only if I changed this way, things would get better. You don't know. You as an individual, internally can change every day, but outward circumstances don't change always on a dime. It just doesn't happen in life. It doesn't mean that it can't change efficiently, but don't get caught up in thinking, okay, well, once I do this, things will be better. Your relationships with people, whether it be your family, your friends, or a significant other of any kind, your girlfriend or your husband or wife or boyfriend, those things should not you should not have to change for people to care about you. And if people aren't willing to stick with you through the tough times, then they're not people that you necessarily are good to have in your circle. It doesn't mean they're bad people. It just means that their level of commitment to supporting you during those times is not the same level you desire or need. And it doesn't mean you should be mad and say, oh, you don't care about me enough, or you don't do this. It's really not for them to care about you more than you care about yourself. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So care about yourself, make goals for yourself. And once you're happier, you can then spread that love to other people. And you can do it in small ways every day without having to overwhelm yourself by trying to make someone else happy. Make yourself happy in your mind and in your spirit, if you believe in that, which I hope you do, because we all are spirits. These are just vessels that our bodies are in, but we do need to take care of them. There's a saying from a long time ago that says, your body is your vessel, it's your temple, and you do have to take care of it because it's the only one you got. Because you may exist spiritually and ethereally, if that's a word, I can't say it, ethereally after this plane of existence. But for you to interact with other beings on this plane, you need to take care of the vessel that you have as best you can. There's some things you can't control. That's just, environmental and circumstances of how history has played out. But do your best with what you've got. No one's perfect, as you already have heard many people say 100 million times. None of us are perfect, and we're just doing it day by day. But keep faith that there is something greater than yourself. Keep faith in yourself, because you were created by something. You're created by a force awe-inspiring, whether you call it God or Allah or whatever you call it. I don't define what it is because I honestly don't know. And I find a lot of value in things I hear in the Bible and learn from people who read the Bible. But I don't necessarily say that that is the key to God. Not denying it may be, but I just don't know. And I think God, your relationship with God or your higher power, is actually very much a personal thing, and you have to look at it that way. Okay, I've gone on, but I'm happy I at least did the video today, and I'm happy I got a chance to talk with you folks, whoever's watching. And have a great day, have a blessed year, have a productive year, whether it's the middle of February starting then, or whether it's January 1st like I'm doing right now. God bless you, keep you safe, keep strong, have faith in yourself, have faith that whatever you want, you can accomplish in some way. If you're totally blind, can you fly a plane? Maybe not the conventional way that someone flies a plane, but you can fly in other ways. I was just talking to some people yesterday, and this person who's totally blind was talking about how they played Pac-Man, and it's all about just the sounds. And I do that with people all the time. You can tell by sounds whether you're at this point or another point sometimes on the page. Sometimes you get a verbal audio prompt, or sometimes it's just a ding or something like that. And on your iPhone, when you have voiceover turned on, you'll hear this blump, blump when you reach the end of a page. So there are audio cues, so I'm not surprised that there are people who could play video games by audio. It's fantastic to me. I'm not a huge video game person, but I do respect that. So set goals for yourself, whatever they are, and move a little bit every day towards them whenever you're starting. Mid-February, late May, whenever it is. And if you're worried that you'll run out of time, don't worry about when your time will come, because no one knows when their time will come unless they choose to, take that matter into their own hands. Otherwise, no one knows when it will happen. Conditions happen, but you hear of people who've had terminal cancer and have lived 5 years, 10 years more than they were expected. So no one knows the day or the hour unless they choose to take that upon themselves. I hope you won't. I hope you'll believe in the value that you have to give to this world. No matter what, there is something you have to give to the world. Is it going to be what maybe you thought you were going to give to the world? You never know. But just find something that you feel like is giving back to the world, and makes you happy too, because you do have to be happy along the way. You can't just make others happy. You have to find something that fulfills you. And I hope to see, I don't hope to. I will see you again tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Be safe. And again, Happy New Year.